Jack, what do we got here?
So a special teardown episode today, Jeremy. We usually get teardowns from a mix of salespeople, both good and bad, although we cherry pick the good ones. But today we have a teardown from a actual cold outreach pro, and I'm excited to share it. No, really, and not only do we know that it was written by a person who is paid by reputable firms to be their cold outreach copywriter. But this teardown is special because the copywriter is selling their copywriting services through direct outreach, and the services being sold are direct outreach copywriting. So it's basically like what should be a pretty high caliber teardown today.
So it's basically a copywriter thinking he can do better copywriting than you, in a sense, or outreach.
No, I think it's like they built a list of
and you went in. Yeah, you were in.
Yeah, exactly. And I should just kind of start the episode. If you want to throw a timer on, I don't know if we're going to need that right now.
Yeah,
but
let's do it.
Think about this. The message, the medium is the message, right? So this copywriter chose to send me an in-mail, which surprised me. I should even go one step further and say that it was not in my LinkedIn priority inbox. It was in my other tab. I think they have like a focused inbox and a other. It landed in an other because it was an in-mail from someone that I guess they deemed it not a priority message. So I'm probably going to start with like a ding there. Yeah. But we get straight to it here. The message is on the screen. Here she goes. Let's give it a read through. The subject, since this is an in-mail, we get a subject. It is all lowercase, about your outreach copywriting. Hey, Jack, to make a long story short, I am currently serving as senior copywriter at 3 top B2B lead gen agencies, naming them.
Wow.
The 3 of them right here.
Mm-hmm. But did you know those companies, or are they legit?
I knew one of them. Yeah, I knew one of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
So put simply, my outreach copy has helped book thousands of meetings for over 250 plus clients, resulting in multiple 7-figure sales over the last few years. CTA, any interest in adding a killer cold outreach copywriter to your team on a trial basis?
Not bad. The CTA is pretty good. I love the CTA
too. I know you would like that. That's right. Okay, but I think there's still some areas that we would push back on. Yeah. Even though like this I think is what's happening, Jeremy, is you name drop those 3 firms.
Before the name drop, were you interested?
So interest implies I have a need. There just wasn't a need here. And just, while we're here, like at SalesBread, I'm still the go-to copywriter for every single message that goes out. I'm hanging on to that role, good or bad for, for the structure of the business, that's fine, but the client gets to work with me. So it's kind of like a tough break for this approach in SalesBread. And while we're here, if you're looking for a lead a day, head over to salesbread.com. We do ultra personalized cold emails and LinkedIn messages, so you don't have to. Sending you 1 lead a day. If that sounds good, want to add to your sales pipeline at salesbread.com. So it was a miss in that regard. But what I was thinking before, Jeremy, was you mentioned those 3 firms and throw in that CTA, want a cold outreach copywriter to try out. I think that's going to work for the right agency owner. What do you think?
Yeah, I love the fact that it doesn't say like, "Can you hand me a job? Can you give me a job?" It's like, "I'm good. Can you give me a job?" Because like, do I need to give? But I like the trial basis for sure, because it's sort of like suddenly lower the number of the risk, risk level.
That's right.
To try out someone because he's willing to try, which means like, no harm, no foul if it doesn't work, and then you can move on. So it's pretty nice. Mm-hmm. And because he dropped his pedigree in the form of 2 things, name drops, but also
Yeah.
results. I think that works pretty well. But I think we'd both agree that, to make a long story short, is useless.
We can axe that completely.
Yeah. Doesn't
Right.
actually add anything. And
Right.
I'm sure you had a kick out of the exclamation mark on Jack.
Yeah. Right. You can scratch that. But I think you're going to second this. We liked the subject line. Start at the top.
I'm not sure I did, honestly. Like, it's not really about anything about my outreach copywriting. It's about his. So it's like, I don't think it's
So
suited, to be honest, the
that's
subject.
interesting. So when I first saw it, Jeremy, you know what I thought? I
Mm-hmm.
said, this is either a fan of the show or a prospective client
Exactly,
that had
right?
seen my work before. Right. And
Exactly.
so I saw it. I was like, oh, wow, this is in my other tab. I'm so happy I looked at it. And uh, but to this copywriter's credit, it didn't feel like a head fake to me. Like I kind of was like, oh, okay, I get it. And so it
Yeah.
it
Don't feel
fit
quite
all
conned
right.
yet. Okay.
No con. But yeah, so we axed, to make a long story short. Now here's all right. This is my question for you. What's the weakest sentence here? I think we're both going to agree. But okay, forget to make a long story short. That's already gone.
I don't like the put simply, to be honest, because
Right.
it kind of like undermined what your achievements are, type of thing. I don't think
Mm,
it puts the people in the right frame of mind when they're actually reading. What about you?
would you? Um, yeah, it feels like, to make a long story short, let me be brief. Just be
Mm,
brief. Right. Get to it. So I'm just thinking though, Jeremy, like these three firms serve as enough of a credibility boost. I don't I don't even need to know like this general thousands of meetings. That's
interesting.
kind of a lot. I don't know if that's believable.
Yeah, I
And
Yeah, I kind of like share that. At the same time, I would say you can be at those firms and don't actually perform. So it's kind of nice that you say like I excel in those
mm,
firms or whatever. I'm actually the first thing I'm surprised is like I'm currently serving three. I'm like, whoa, you're actually having like three different, people you're working with already. It's kind of awkward to me, right? I
a
worked at
really
those
good
three
point.
firms, great. I'm currently working at those, like, really?
So here's what it made me feel. And this is like the reading between the lines.
Mm-mm.
What's going on here? Did they just get laid off at the fourth firm and they're hunting for work? So
Or
it
they just
I
want to
started
keep
to
on working for all firms. It's like,
Yeah, and so again, no bashing on but the reader may wonder, okay, what's going on now? So I started to make some
mm,
drafts, and one of the lines said, um, in case a spot opens up down the road, at
that's
least kind of
nice.
put the pressure off where, okay, they're not scrounging for work, they're not sweating, they're the ones you want to seek
Interesting.
out,
Mm,
right? So in case a spot opens up down the
I
road,
like
would it
that.
make sense to, right? I want to share some tweaks on the CTA that I thought. If this didn't work, which by the way, we both like it, but if this didn't work, it would have been interesting to see, um, is there a client that you would want to test out a B variation?
Very
You know,
cool.
you right? You want an
Very
outside
cool.
perspective, something fresh for a B variation test. You know, like let's be real. Like every agency knows where their work is getting put into in a campaign, and so sometimes a fresh set of eyes is maybe a more direct path into a trial project. So going specific from broad. And it would have been also interesting to say, any interest to check out some of my latest you know cold outreach
Yeah.
messages
Can I send you
portfolio.
oh, how about this called how about the CTA, Jack? Can I send you three of my best performing cold outreach for you
Oh
to review?
man, at the very least, you're going to get that reply because what agency
Yeah.
owner doesn't want their hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that's sort of, what would you call it? Um, Kind of a honeypot, right? Where you may not get a job from everyone that replies yes, but if your reply rate's lower than you want, or you just want to take the long approach and say, look, we'll just build a relationship right now. Maybe next year this is going to be relevant, right?
How about this? Can I show you some of my past performing, or like implying that, you know, you're still 2 or 3 steps ahead, but you're willing to sort of like share the previous winnings, right, or the previous success?
Okay, so check this out. So imagine this put simply line, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Imagine this is a follow-up. Okay, it would go something like this.
I like that.
You're like, Jack, in case you wanted to actually see some of the outreach copy I wrote that helped book thousands of meetings for 250 plus clients, just hit reply yes. Just reply yes, and I'll get that over to you so you can see what's worked for, you know, the clients or our accounts or whatever. There is still something that we haven't solved, but you brought up this point of, is it awkward to be working for competition? So I could even see on a follow-up say, you know, all of my work done for SalesBread would be completely confidential. I'm happy to share samples from, you know, previous clients that have okayed it, for example. Like
that's a nice one, because otherwise you might actually be afraid that he will share again, you know, his templates with everyone else. Or the other thing you could do is you could imply that those templates are only working in certain verticals. So can I show you what worked very well in this vertical on 2 verticals that I tried, or something like that, so that you sort of like imply that as on a per client basis, and so it's not necessarily,
there you go,
you know, I'm not like a one-trick pony.
Perfect. And okay, I think we're at time.
Yeah, the timer now goes in negative. That's funny. That's a new thing they added.
It could show how bad we did on budgeting time. That's okay. So, curious, Jeremy, as we wrap, did you find that this was what you were expecting when I opened with, and here's something from a pro?
No, it's actually pretty good. I was wondering, like, did you had any follow-up, or did you reply straight away, or did you not reply?
I did not reply. Just, you know, I think I may after this show and start a conversation.
You could reply something like, show me what you got.
Yes, right. But I think that the takeaway for me is just
some samples.
Make sure when you sit down and you're proofreading your copy, try your best to foresee the objections around the corner. Is this going to come across like you're hungry for work in a bad way? Is this going to come across where they're nervous about working competitive? Trying to, number one, list those, and number two, address them in your copy.
Ideally.
Yeah, exactly. This was a fun reminder. One. Thanks, Jeremy. But you have to do the quick mail pitch, or
no, I don't.
I'm gonna feel weird.
But go to quick.
I'll do it for you.
Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, try it.
Yeah. So if you're sending cold outreach emails, you're gonna want the
best of the
veteran quickmail.com's service. It's been around for 10 years for good reason.
That's true.
They just get deliverability and the data it takes to perform in today's, let's face it, difficult to inbox landscape. So stack the deck in your favor. Check out quickmail.com.
You're too kind. All right. And if you want this and more, check out course.quickmail.io. And and check out if it works for you. I know it works for a lot of people. So there we go.
Jeremy, thank you for this one. And I'll polish the quick mail plug
one line
next time. There you go. All right. See you.
Cheers, Jack. Bye.
Bye.